Date and vessel. On April 25, 1977, the Japanese fishing trawler ZUIYO MARU, operated by the Taiyo Fishery Company, hauled in an enormous, rotting carcass while trawling east of Christchurch, New Zealand. Depth and location. The net was being dragged at about 900 feet, approximately 275 meters depth, when the remains became entangled. Initial reaction. The crew initially believed it might be a whale, but upon closer inspection, they realized the body was very unusual, foul-smelling, slimy, and grotesque. The corpse was approximately 10 meters, 33 feet, long. It was estimated to weigh around 1,800 kilograms, though other sources claim up to approximately 4,000 pounds, depending on state of decomposition. Michihiko Yano, assistant production manager on board, took at least 5 photographs and measured parts of the carcass. He also collected 42 samples of horny fiber, dermal tissue, from one of its fins before the carcass was thrown back into the sea. Disposal. The captain, Akira Tanaka, ordered the body discarded back into the ocean, reportedly because the smell threatened to spoil the rest of their catch. Description and initial interpretation. Eyewitness and photographic evidence described the creature as having a long neck, about 1.5 meters in some reports, 4 large, reddish, paddle-like fins, 2 front, 2 rear, a tail about 2 meters long according to the crew. No obvious dorsal fin was clearly described by some witnesses, though some photos may show one. A largely decomposed body, internal organs missing, but some flesh and fat remained. A foul odor described by the crew as rotten. Because of its odd shape, particularly the long neck, 4 fins, and overall reptilian silhouette, speculation immediately arose that it might be a plesiosaur, a marine reptile believed to be extinct for tens of millions of years. Scientific investigation and controversy, pro-plesiosaur views. Some scientists in Japan, most notably Professor Tokyo Shikama of Yokohama National University, expressed strong interest in the possibility that the carcass was a plesiosaur. Dr. Fujiro Yasuda of Tokyo University of Marine Science agreed that the photographs show the remains of a prehistoric animal. A 1977 symposium in Japan reported these views, and the find caused major excitement in cryptozoological circles. The monster became something of a cultural symbol. Japanese shipping companies later dispatched ships in attempts to relocate the carcass, though unsuccessfully. A commemorative Japanese stamp was even issued later that year, 1977, and in some cryptid lore, the carcass is tied into plesiosaur resurgence theories. Skeptical and scientific rebuttal. Japanese scientists Tadayoshi Sasaki, Shigeru Kimura, Ikuo Obata, and others from Tokyo University and National Museum of Nature and Science concluded that the corpse was most likely a basking shark, Ceterinus maximus. Their reasoning: when basking sharks decompose, their jaws, gill arches, and fins are among the first parts to disintegrate. This can leave a carcass that, visually, mimics a plesiosaur's shape, particularly a long neck. Cartilaginous fibers observed in the preserved fins were consistent with shark anatomy. No bone, which you'd expect in a reptile, was present. A later review of the tissue samples, amino acid analysis, supported the basking shark hypothesis. Frontiers of Zoology, in a retrospective analysis, noted that the shark decomposition theory has strong support, but also criticized how sensationalist early reports overshadowed more mundane scientific conclusions. Cultural and cryptid legacy. The carcass became part of cryptozoological lore and is often called a pseudo-plesiosaur. In popular cryptid culture, it's sometimes referred to as the Japanese Nessie because of its resemblance to Loch Ness monster myths. Despite scientific consensus, many cryptid enthusiasts still celebrate the ZUIYO MARU carcass as evidence of surviving prehistoric marine reptiles. The case is frequently cited in books, documentaries, and websites exploring sea monsters, cryptids, and living fossils. It remains a textbook example in cryptozoology of how a real carcass, especially one found in a decomposed state, can be misinterpreted, particularly when sensationalism enters.